Well, it's England versus India, the first test at Headingley, and we've already had some action-packed days, and it's brilliant, brilliant test cricket that's been played. But India will be missing that chance of getting a big score on the board there, and a lot has happened on the first 3 days of this start of the brilliant test, the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy, as it's been called now. So we'll be discussing all that in our podcast. Hello and welcome to Bondyland Podcast. My name is Dylan Pink. I got Sheldon Doherty on the show with me, and Test cricket cannot get any better. It's back, and we're gonna have a long, long Test season here right now. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Sheldon, India would be very happy on day one and day two, but day three, Sheldon, you'd have felt that they let too many chances off and got England back in the game. And credit to England the way they played. I thought they played absolutely brilliant there. And just to let our viewers know, India were put into bat and Stokes won the toss and sent India into bat. And you almost felt that the way India were going, that did he make the right choice there? But in the end, in India, 471 courtesy, some scintillating knock by Yashasvi Jaiswal, and we'll come to him later. And then the captain on debut, 147 Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant. When it's test, it just brings out a different version of Rishabh Pant. They're 134. They played some brilliant knock, some brilliant shots also there. And in the end, India they collapsed. They lost their last 7 wickets for merely, I don't know how much, Sheldon, less than 50 runs, I think, right? And then I thought Ben Stokes was the pick of the bowlers there. He bowled brilliantly, consistent in that line and length. And when they came out to bat there, Ben Duckett, brilliant 62 there. Ollie Pope, a defining ton there, career defining ton. He seals his place, I think, Sheldon, for the winter as well now with that knock. 106 there, and Harry Brook missed out on 100. He was out on 99 there, and the rest of the England tail, contributed and got that total up to 465 and gave India a lead of merely only 6 runs there. But India came out to bat, were positive. Lot Jaiswal early, but Rahul and Shubman Gill, the captain now, they are batting on 90 for 2 there. And overall, total of India 96 for 2. Sheldon, your thoughts on the game? What did you think? How this is it evenly poised? Is it tilting slowly towards England, or is it still India looking to dominate this test match as the next 2 days progress?
Oh, Dil, Test cricket is just brilliant, isn't it? We had a brilliant World Test Championship as well there, and then to follow that up, this series has started, and it's been three scintillating days, Dil. It just shows how Test cricket can change as well. Dil, one day, one team's ahead, the other's even, then another team goes ahead, and it's just been incredible, Dil. And you look at the way it started as well, Dil. We go to day one, I thought Ben Stokes won the toss, selected to bowl on a bright, sunny Headingley pitch. And at Stump's day one, he probably was looking up and saying, "Oh my days, we should have been batting here." Right?
Yeah.
I want to mention India's batting as well. Before we get to the hundreds, I just want to say I feel India's two most important batters still are KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Just their technique still in these
Yeah.
English conditions. I thought even on day one, Rahul didn't kick on, but what he did was very important. Still. I think with that
Some of
new
the
ball,
shots also he
yeah,
played was
brilliantly.
absolutely brilliant.
I
KL
thought,
Rahul, we know,
yeah,
yeah.
yes, he didn't get the 100 or he didn't get a 50 also, but his job was as important as anyone's to see
Yeah.
off that new ball from England. And Yashasvi Jaiswal, he's a generational talent. He's so good. He has so many hundreds as well. He loves playing against England as
Yeah.
well. He smashed it around when they played in India, and now here 100 at Headingley. He hit 100 at Perth as well. So
Yeah.
he's doing it not only at home but away, and he's looking a real talent. And Captain Shubman Gill, easy start, right? On day one. First day as captain, lose the toss, score 100.
Yeah, man. I mean, it cannot get any better for Shubman Gill. I thought, he played a brilliant knock there, and you could see that, when he got the 100, the celebration, he just went all out and he celebrated wildly there. And you could see Sheldon because the spotlight was on him.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here, the spotlight was on Shubman Gill. Can he do the job? His form was a concern. His captaincy, of course, is something new to him, so that he will get better as as the years go. But I thought he played a brilliant knock, Sheldon, to come out on captaincy debut in these sort of conditions. Even though England are without, Anderson and Broad, Wood and Archer and all that, I thought you still have to score runs, you still have
Yeah.
to, grind, you still have to like play, the waiting game. You still got to leave balls, you still got to know, what's turning, what's not. And I thought all three of them, played brilliant. And a word on Rishabh Pant, Sheldon, what do you think about that knock there? Same old Rishabh Pant just comes out, first ball, just smacking it down the ground. I mean, no fear whatsoever.
It wasn't stupid, 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 was it, Dil? I mean,
Not this
Gavaskar as well.
time.
There's a brilliant thing where Gavaskar was commentating as well, right, with Harsha Bhogle on that scene, and
Yeah,
yeah, that was brilliant, Dil. I mean, the Rishabh Pant story is a brilliant one, isn't it, Dil? I mean, he had that horrific accident. It looked like he was never going to pick up a bat or play cricket again, Dil, but he comes
yeah,
through that. Obviously, he had a tough start when he came back. He obviously wasn't at his free-flowing best, but him and White, Dill, I mean, it's not supposed to work, but the way he plays in Test cricket is just brilliant. It's his best format. He seems at ease in Test cricket, whether it's behind the stumps or whether he's batting. He just is a joy. You can see he's so
yeah.
positive as well, Dill. Whether he's on the field, he makes people laugh. He's an entertainer. His celebration's quite unique as well, Dill.
That's
It's
one
like,
of a kind, man. I've not
yeah,
seen that sort of celebration. You do have the David Warners jumping in the
yeah,
air, and
yeah, no,
Jaiswal
yeah,
now also doing it. But Rishabh Pant is a freak, man. He's and
yeah.
and I think you need that sort of a person in your
Of
team. You
course,
need that
yeah.
sort of a guy, even for the sport. And say what you want, the technique, the shot selection, but he's box office shuttle when he comes out of bat.
Yeah, Dylan, that's the thing about cricket. You don't need 11 guys who play the same way, right? You
Yeah,
have different players. You have Rahul, who's a very classical opener who'll play in his own way, and you have Pant, he's X factor. Some days he'll be stupid, stupid, so stupid. Some days it's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I mean, it's that mixture. But you take that with some players because he can win you a game at the Gabba, and we've seen that at his best, and that's the way he plays, and that's the brilliance of cricket. Dil. We don't want to see robots play on the field where it's everyone looking the same, and that's we've seen that in this test as well, Dil. Like
yeah.
ultimately, these guys are humans; they make mistakes, but that's why it's such a joy, Dil. Test cricket over 5 days it tests you, Dil. We've seen 3 days only, and we still anything can happen in the next 2 days. All results still possible, and yeah, we'll come to day one. India dominated, Dil. All those three scored massive hundreds still. But
Yeah.
it feels odd me asking this still, but do you feel India didn't do enough with the bat given the situation they got into? Because at one point, Dill, I think most people were thinking 550, 600 easy. India could have got the way they were looking, the way those three. And then obviously it was a bit overcast. I felt on day two, especially
Yeah.
towards the second hour
Yeah.
on that day as well, and England made full use of that. Till I thought Tongue and Stokes bowled brilliantly as well
Yeah.
on day two, and they wrapped up India's tail pretty soon, and that really brought England back into the game. And yeah, Dil, that when you look at it from that point of view, Dil, do you feel India will be upset with the way they finished that innings, or you feel it's overcast? You can be a bit unlucky there.
I feel they will be sad, Sheldon.
Yeah,
Now looking at the game where it's poised, I think they will
yeah,
be disappointed because that total was really going to go up there. I really thought they would get
yeah,
over 500,
of course,
550
yeah,
runs at least closely, especially what Jaiswal, Rahul, Pant, and Gill did right at the top. You felt that,
yeah.
this was going to be a big total and England are going to be all over the place because they couldn't get these guys out at one point of time, and the batting was definitely easy. Yes, on day two it was overcast and the ball started moving, doing a bit there, and England got back in the game. But a word on two guys, Sheldon, two different guys here who are playing for India: Sai Sudarshan, who's making his debut, and another guy who's come back after a long, long time, Karun Nair. You got to feel a bit for them, Sheldon. Both getting out on on zero, and Sai Sudarshan, who's just been an absolute brilliant form in the IPL, just comes in here and gets out second ball. Karun Nair gets out fourth ball. You could see it was nervous for both these guys. One playing his debut, one coming after so long. The nerves were there. You could see it. But what did you make of that? Of course, the Test series is pretty long there. Do you think they can make an impact? Again?
Yeah, well, I mean, one bad innings doesn't define you, right? I mean, it's Test
Yeah,
cricket. They have a full season. It can happen. I mean, Sudarshan a bit unlucky down the leg side in the first
yeah,
innings as well. It can happen. I mean, Karnar as well, that he did look a bit fidgety. Obviously, first time in 7 years he's playing Bill. Of course, he's a triple centurion as well. Anyone who forgot
yeah,
that 100 in Chennai against England as well.
yeah.
Terrific knock till. I don't know how he hasn't played more Test matches still. When I see him bat, I think he's a pretty well-rounded cricketer, Dil, whether it's in IPL, whether it was for India as well. In Ranji, he has an excellent record as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Karna will score. I don't think India will worry too much about it. I mean, I think that they will come good, especially Sudarshan. Obviously, unlucky as well, he missed out in the second innings, but I think they will give them the series, and I think they'll come good. They're two quality cricketers still.
Yeah, and that ended India's innings there at the end. The tail also didn't probably score as much as expected, Sheldon, and you expected them to, to do a little more. Of course, they've got some experience there. Bumrah with the bat also, and everyone, Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, all these guys, I expected them to play a little longer and get that total up to 500. And you could never know what happened, Sheldon. At the end of the day, like you said, every session is important. Every day, there's another team, like it's either England or India who are on top there. And right now it's evenly poised. But let's come to England's batting now. I thought Ben Duckett did really well. He played really well. But is Zach Crawley now his form a worry? Uh, he's been out of form for so long there, but Ollie Pope scored really well. I was super impressed, and we said it earlier, Sharon. You also said it that Ollie Pope is a class guy. He's really really good, and playing at home, he knows these grounds really really well, and he's got the experience also, to back him up. But what did you make of that England innings there? Joe Root also unlucky to get out there. A lot expected from him.
Yeah, look at that innings. England came out, obviously, it was a bit overcast when they came out. Bumrah was bowling. He takes a wicket early on. I feel Crawley is a bit unlucky. That was a good ball, to be fair. That one
That
for
was
Bumrah early
superb.
on. You
Yeah,
can't do much about it. Yes, people dissect his technique, say he probably should have played straighter, but that's a peach of a ball, to get in the first over. And
yeah.
honestly, I'm sure at that time England fans were worried because overcast, Bumrah bowling, Siraj, then it's moving a bit. But the way they came out, I thought Pope, especially for his first 25 to 30 runs, the
He was
positivity he showed,
superb. Yeah,
overcast, he took on the bowlers. Yes, it's risky, but yeah, I thought that was brilliant the way he came. He's usually a nervous starter as well, but once
yeah.
he got through that start, he just looked at ease, and he played some eye-catching shots as well, whether it was his cover drives or his back foot punches.
Brilliant, brilliant
And
technique. Even
and
he's
yeah,
got.
yeah. And Pope, when you look at it, usually he doesn't celebrate much, but you could
Yeah,
see how much it meant to him this 100. And
yeah.
obviously, he was pumped. We saw some brilliant celebrations, and everyone looked pumped when they scored 100 in this test. But yeah, he looked extra pumped. And almost for the first time in his career, he looked like, okay, fine. I needed this. I needed this for my career to show that I am the number three. I mean, he's done really well, for England at number three. He has the same amount of hundreds at number three as David Gower had, and David Gower is recognized as a top player for England,
Of
He has more
course, of
hundreds
course.
at number three than Jonathan Trott, and I thought Jonathan Trott was a fine number three for England as well.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, yeah, he's done really well, and yeah, he got it right after getting a hundred as well early on today
Yeah.
in day three. Yeah, and the rest of the England order, you look Root a start as well, Stokes a start, but they didn't kick on. A lot of starts through the
Jamie
England
Smith
order.
also played
Jamie
well, I thought.
Smith, I mean, we got to talk about that also. And yes, people criticize the way England play at times. At times,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to look good. I mean, Jamie Smith, that paid a play just before the new ball. Three overs, 2 overs before the new ball. And I think that's the best and worst of Bazball in three deliveries because he hits two boundaries. Brilliant. I mean, if that comes off, it's superb. A short ball comes, he pulls it straight to the guy on the boundary. Prasid Krishna, I
Yeah.
mean, is that giving away your wicket away? I mean, it is kind of giving it away, but sometimes it
It
works,
is, Sheldon.
sometimes
It is.
it is.
I
Yeah,
feel it is.
especially at
Yeah.
that time, you got to be a bit smarter because you just see off that spell, they're only going to bowl bounces for 2, 3 overs until the new ball. And then, as we saw,
Yeah.
even like when Woakes comes in, obviously it wasn't a minefield. You could play the
Yeah.
new ball, and that showed. And I think another top innings, Harry Brook. I mean, he can count his fortunes, though. Should he have been there today, Dil? Should he have been playing on day three? Probably shouldn't have, Dil. And we'll come to Bumrah in a bit, Dylan, but Brook a bit lucky, some drop catches, a no ball off him. Sometimes when it's your day, Dil. But
Yeah.
on 99 on your home ground, they were building it up, Dil. He's going to get his 100, yeah, his second home 100.
They jinxed it, man. They
They
jinxed it. I
jinxed it.
thought.
Yeah, you scored on the boundary there, Dil, but a top knock, Dil, from Harry Brook. I mean, some eye-catching shots still even against
Yeah.
Bumrah. He came down the pitch, he played some crazy shots.
Yeah.
Siraj and him got into it. Siraj loves
Yeah.
talking to batters, doesn't he, Dil? He's very friendly with them. And I mean, a superb knock, Dil. And yeah, I think Brook and Pope, two very important knocks, Dil. Yes, Brook didn't get 100, but he was one shot, so I think That's a pretty good knock till when you look at it.
Yeah, I thought both of them played brilliantly well. Jamie Smith also
Yeah.
contributed nicely. Ben Duckett also. So I think four good knocks there, from England. But the rest of them, like you said, Stokes getting a start, not carrying on. Root getting a start, not carrying on. And even Woakes also there, in the end, I thought he played really well there. He held the tail together and getting that total, up there for England and just giving India just a 6 run lead. So not much, would say India actually restarting the innings basically from zero, if you, in my opinion, if you'd ask me there. But let's come to one man and what he's done over the past few years. He's been absolutely brilliant. I feel he's the number one player for India right now, number one bowler in the world across all formats, if you ask me, Sheldon. But Jasprit Bumrah, is there anything that he can't do, any pitch that he can't bowl on? Because you give him any pitch, Sheldon, any wicket, and I think he can take wickets on any sort of pitch, right? And even today, you've seen him. That when he came on, it was as if he was bowling on a different pitch, as if he was playing in a different Test match. It's something about him that's there, and the way he bowled, Sheldon. Your thoughts on that?
He's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it looks like a different game when Bumrah's bowling and all the other Indian bowlers are bowling. And you know what? It's not that they're bad bowlers, the rest of the Indian attack. But when you compare it to Bumrah, Dill, it's just night and day. I mean, he's just brilliant, Dill. I mean, even in Australia, Dill, how much he carried that team. You know, eventually till his back gave up on him. Like that's
Yeah,
how much he was carrying the team in Australia. And again, they needed him. Yesterday, he was on day two. He was the only Indian bowler to take a wicket, Dill. He was the only Indian bowler to take a
that's
wicket on
insane.
day two. I
Yeah,
mean, that's crazy. And he's the only one who looked likely, Dill, as well to take a wicket. And
yeah,
again today he was brilliant, Dill. Another fifer. I mean, just superb, Dill. I mean, is he only going to play 3 matches? That's the thing. I mean, it's crazy to think he won't play, right? Some games he's so important to this team, Dill. Especially for Gill. Gill will believe with Bumrah they can do anything this team, Dill. Like he'll want Bumrah to play every game, but obviously sometimes you got to manage the player as well. You can't run Bumrah to the ground. You saw him
yeah,
even in this first innings, Dill. He came back spell after spell after spell. Like he keeps coming back whenever they need
yeah,
a wicket, and you can't keep doing that to him. At some points, the other guys have to, and I think today a bit more was distributed. Siraj
yeah.
took a few wickets, Krishna, which helped at times. But one thing I don't understand, Dill, if you're gonna play Thakur, you gotta bowl him more. If he's
I was
playing,
coming to that. I
yeah,
was coming to that right now because I freaking don't
yeah,
understand what's happening,
yeah.
honestly.
I in fact think if you're gonna play, a bowler there, you might as well play Kuldeep or someone, or you play someone who
Exactly.
can do more damage because Thakur's playing at 8, right? He's playing obviously as a bowling all-rounder. That's what I think he's playing
Yeah,
as, right? That's
yeah,
that's what we think, and he's bowling after Jadeja. He's almost bowling like it's an afterthought. Like, oh, okay, we finished bowling 4 bowlers. Who do we have left? Like, I think if they had another bowler, they'll bowl him before Thakur. Like, there's no faith in him. Like, obviously, by the way they managed him here. And when he came on as well, England would just take him apart, Dill. So I don't understand that selection, Dill. I mean, if he's not going to bowl, you don't play him there. You play someone else. That's what I think.
absolutely. 100% agree with you. I was really shocked. I thought it was absolutely insane. You pick the guy and you say that, okay, fine, you're going to play. He's playing as a bowling all-rounder, like you said, also there. But 6 overs is only what he's got. 6 overs, yes. And his average in tests is really good. Right, if you look at it and if you see the history, Sheldon, of the way he's bowled, when he's bowled, he's come back and he's taken wickets. He's a good bowler. I'm not saying he's the best bowler and anything like that, but he can get you wickets, right? So if you're only going to bowl him for 6 overs, you might as well play someone else who can bat also if you
Yeah,
don't need him, right? You can pick another batter. And I didn't understand that selection also, and a lot of people I think are asking the same question: why the hell was Gill not giving the ball to him? And I feel he thinks that he's been let down over here big time. Yes, bowlers go for runs. Siraj went for runs. Prasidh Krishna also went
yeah,
for runs. Bumrah also went for runs in between. But you gave them extended spells and they were able to come back, and capitalize and bowl in the right areas. So why didn't you give the ball to Shardul Thakur? I just don't understand that. And India will be questioning this choice that they made after this test match because Either way this test goes, I think a lot of questions will be asked on why Shardul Thakur's not bowling there because I feel he's a good bowler. He can get you the wickets. He's done it before also here in England. We all know that. So really surprising. But let's come to India and the fielding. I thought it was a horrible day for them with the fieldings. Too many catches put down, and I was really surprised with the no balls. Also, Sheldon, that were bowled. They could have got 2 wickets there easily with the no balls, right?
Yeah, Dil, I mean that moment at the end of day two, right? Brooks moment, Dil. I mean he was on zero when that no ball
Yeah,
happened, and it just shows cricket, Dil. I mean that was a short ball, and he tried hitting it and he got and the criticism of him at that time would have been insane, Dil, if he got out at that time playing that shot last over of the day as well, and he gets
exactly
a
him.
reprieve. He gets to 99. He gets up to a short ball as well on 99. But yeah, Bumrah, even Bumrah Dil, will be a bit upset with himself there because that could be a big moment. That's 99 runs. Like that's a 99
Exactly.
run swing, and you don't know how much England probably don't get as much if Brooks not there. I don't think they'll get anywhere
Yeah,
close to where they did today. And yeah, a big moment. The catching, I mean, I was really surprised. Yesterday, today, some pretty ordinary fielding as well. Jaiswal dropped a couple. I think two he
yeah.
dropped, one on
He
each
dropped
day.
2 catches. Yeah,
Yeah, when you look at it also in the slips, not the hardest catches as well, but yeah, a bit let down in the field today, and you could tell Gill, you know, already in his first day in the field as
he's
captain, he's like already okay, this is a tough job, and that's just how cricket works. Till one day on day one, it's as easy as it gets for Gill. All he has to do is bat. He can score his runs. But then second day he's in the field and he has to think about 100 things. How do I manage Bumrah? Who do I bowl? Catches are not going my way,
true.
no balls are happening, and yeah, he would have learned a lot from today. And yeah, I think India will want to come back stronger as well in the second innings because they'll be looking back and saying we could have done things a lot better. They should have had, I think, a 150 lead, given
Yeah,
what happened, approximately 150 lead, and in the end it turned out to be six, which is basically nothing, Dil. And yeah,
yeah.
it's become a one inning shootout, Dil, for the next 2 days.
Exactly. A lot could have been done if the catching was taken, if the catching was good there. So India basically now will go back thinking, what have we done here? We could have done something better, but you got to put it behind you, Sheldon. And that's the beauty of Test cricket. You got to put things very quickly behind you
Yeah.
and just come out with good intent, positive intent and play, which they have, I feel, right now. 90 for 2 at this stage, I think is really good. They got a 96 run lead now. And where do you see this game going now? It's 2 days are still left. I know that's a lot of time still in uh, in this format there, but anything can happen. All three results are still possible. You would say that these two guys now are the key for India. Would you say Rahul and Gill are the most important batters, and one of them have to go on to get a big knock?
Yeah, Adil, I think you're spot on there. I think this partnership is so key for India. They have to get through the first hour tomorrow for them, I think. See off that early spell from England, ease the nerves as well, because the one thing India can't afford is a collapse, especially early on in the day. You
Yeah,
can't afford a collapse because I don't think the pitch has really changed that much. I think it's still pretty good for
yeah,
batting, and it's the fastest outfield in the world, it looks still. Once it goes on that outfield, it just flies away. I
super.
mean, it just
Yeah,
looks insane. But yeah, I think that first hour is so key for India. They'll hope no wickets. England will hope they get a couple and get into that Indian middle order early and it's set up brilliantly, Dil. I mean, this is just the first of five as well, Dil. We need to remind people it's just the first game and absolutely incredible, Dil. If all five are like this and we go, into close games like this, it'll be brilliant, Dil. But should be an incredible day. I think it's evenly poised, Dil, you'd say. I think both sides will look at it and say we're both, still have a good chance of winning this test. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be so crucial, Dil. Tomorrow is going to be so key.
yeah, tomorrow's going to be really key for India. They have to bat the full day, I feel. They cannot
Yeah,
let England bat tomorrow at any cost, even if
yeah.
it's the last session, even if it's 1 hour before, the day's play. I think they have to go out there and bat because this will give a strong statement also to England saying that this team, though a little bit inexperienced in
Yeah.
some way, they're not going to back down. And like we said, one of these guys have to go on to get a big knock there and stay with the team and bat the entire day tomorrow, and I feel it's got to be Rahul. He's got
Yeah.
to do the job, and everyone's saying that already, that Rahul's the key wicket for them. In England, everybody's
Yeah.
saying that KL Rahul is the man that they're looking at, for this series, and he's got a big task on his hands tomorrow, and hopefully India do well, because it can be anybody's game, like we said, Sheldon, but I still feel England, it's tilting slightly towards England. 51%, I'm going to say it's with England, 49% with India. But that can change tomorrow if India do really well and bat, really, really good. So stay tuned, guys. That's it from us on the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, do share your comments in the comment section, what you think about the match and where it's headed, and if you agree or disagree with us. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. The handle's down in the description. And we'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.